Hello, lore heads, and welcome to the League, exploring the League of Legends lore from A to Z. My name is Rebecca.
And I'm John.
My name is Mark.
Today, we're going to talk about the Gentle Flame Milio, who was just released March 22nd, 2023, this year.
Yeah, super new.
Yeah.
Nice turnaround. Good
Look
job
at us.
Right? I mean, you know what? Look at Riot getting like the bio and the short story out, and they're just there. They are, right?
And they're on the universe page.
Where
They're
you
on the-
expect them to be. Released right as new episodes of the Katarina comic are released every week, not on the universe page.
Well,
you know, maybe getting it on universe was like a fuck up. Like that's logged as a bug somewhere. Like, hey, there's this shit on this page. Can we unlink that somehow?
every time they add the champion to the game, it auto gets added to the universe page. But
Like, damn it.
fishing.
Not again.
Trying to do away with this crap. Yeah, he just has a bio and a short story for now. He wasn't released with any event or anything like that. So, yeah.
Short one.
That's fine. Yeah.
Well, he is a kid.
Not just because he's
Sorry. I didn't listen to Milio.
That's right. I feel like you can imagine what he sounds like, especially with the quotes that I wrote down.
Okay.
Oh shit, I need to find a quote. Hold on. I completely forgot about audio.
I haven't played him yet. Although I'd like to. I did buy him, and I've gotten him in ARAM, and then I chickened out.
Oh really?
I played him once in ARAM.
Yeah.
Oh really? What'd you think? I played him in a custom just to actually try his
Get
abilities.
a feel.
He was a lot of fun. I feel like in ARAM,
It wasn't
it was a
Campfire
very
has to be
bad
real good,
composition
right?
that we were going up against, because they had Syndra, whose stun reaches everywhere. So every time my team was stunned, I was also stunned. And it doesn't work like Cleanse, where you can use it when you're stunned. You've got to be the one who's not CC'd if you want to un-CC everyone. And I was always CC'd. Story of my life. You would have thought I was playing AD carry or something.
What about the AoE heal? Was that pretty good on ARAM? Because anyone who's in there, right, gets it?
It is. It's pretty slight, but I liked it.
That seemed like that'd be fun.
Yeah, it was nice. I liked playing him. He was cute.
I liked his Q interaction a lot. Again, this is me just poking at bots, but I was liking that.
Like the auto targeting after it hits the first thing is very, very friendly.
Yes, yeah. Sorry, I'm also trying to look up quotes, and he has
right,
really
John,
long quotes.
You go first, then. This is right up your alley. It's a child or a yordle. Those are the...
Oh my gosh! Who are these little buddies? Meeps? So cute!
Okay, all right. That was pretty good. The world is so big. I think that's how he sounds.
Aww. Book kitty! So cute! Must pet! Was that it? That's what I figured.
Perfect.
Good job.
We're all
well done.
good at imitating a child.
Only emotionally.
All right. I never have a good angle to look at my phone because everything's just in the way.
You nail it every time, though.
Do I? All right. Milio was a normal boy in Ixtal. It's pronounced Ixtal, right? Like Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always want to say
pronounce it.
Ixtal, but we don't say the X, right?
Yeah,
Nah,
I
it's
think
Ish.
it's
Ixtal. All right. His grandmother's name was Lupe. She and her twin sister, Lune. That's not a good angle. I did it wrong. They were both elemental masters in the Uncut. We talked about the Uncut quite a bit with Kiana. So I'm kind of glad we did her first, because that would have been really
very
fucking long.
confused.
Yeah. Lune was caught plotting against them, and both the sisters were banished because they're twins, I guess. They were like, you guys are the same person, so fuck you both.
What,
I can't tell which is which.
Right?
So just to be
We're not
sure.
We're just kicking you both out. Lupe had to go to the farthest reaches of Ixtal, and Lune disappeared. We'll know where she is by the end of this. Milio's family had settled into their new home by the time he came around. Lupe tried to teach him the axiomata. Is that how that's said?
Yeah, that's how I like to say it.
He was the only one who showed any talent for it in the family, but he wasn't disciplined enough, so she gave up.
The child?
Yeah, the 9-year-old wasn't. He was goofing off, and she was like, enough of this, goodbye, never again.
Can't teach him.
All of this had Encanto vibes, by the way.
It did. It's that grandmother's
It's the grandmother, yeah.
I had a quote here from hers, where the rest of her family had failed her.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, fucking, just because they couldn't do the fucking axiomatic. Shit's hard.
Yeah.
It is hard.
Milio kept practicing on his own, though. He was a big fan of fire, didn't like its bad reputation, though. He believed it could be used to heal, and one day he tested this theory when one of the villagers' hunters got injured. When he used all of his magic, energy stuff, whatever, the healing fire took the form of a cute little guy. Just a little critter. Just a cute little
critter guy.
Cute little
Just
critter.
a little guy.
It's a new axiom he invented called soothing fire. Well, he called it soothing fire. Milio's family was very impressed when he showed them what he refers to as fumigo. Fumigo.
I know he pronounces it in
Fue.
He does say it in one of the lines.
I'm sure he says it.
Yeah, I think it was fuemigo.
Fuemigo. Okay, I'm gonna forget. I'm so sorry. Fuemigo. Yeah, they were all hella impressed, except for Grammy Lupe. She was a little. She thought it was kind of weird. She's like, this
Back in my day, we didn't have healing
fire
magic.
burning
We killed, fire burn things in my day. Uphill both ways. But she also knew that this was kind of like their one shot to maybe end the family's exile by challenging the Vidalian. Is that what they're called? Vidalian.
I think Vidalian is how.
Vidalian sounds good.
All right. So Milio left home at the age of 12 with his special Jansport backpack that he called his Fernacita. I'm assuming that's how it's said. He had to go through the jungle first and meet every League of Legends champion that is in Ixtal, which we'll go over in a short story. And then eventually he got to the city, the main city. For some reason I didn't write down the name of the city. It has
Ixtal Khan, right?
oh my god, please say it again.
Ixtal Khan.
Ixtal Khan. Okay. I will never. I see the word and I heard the word Ixtal Khan and they're not the same word to me at all. But anyway, yeah, he's in the city now, ready to join the Uncut, which he has to, I don't know, he's got to challenge someone first and then he could join them. Meanwhile, Lune is in prison beneath the city and has heard of the special soothing flame boy. We don't know if she knows that that's her great nephew, I guess. Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah. That's Milio.
That's Milio.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Good job.
I like how they were like, with a heavy heart and wide smile, Milio, at only 12 years old, left his village behind outfitted with only his trusty Fernacita and some new clothes made by his family. And don't act special. Ash Ketchum did that.
I was going to say, as a Pokemon trainer, I frequently, in several games, left my home at 10.
Except Milio apparently got to start with all 3 starters.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Except they were all fire types.
3 different fire types.
You got no potions, though. You know what I mean? Come on.
That's why you need them healing fire types.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
What do we think of Milio? I mean, we obviously didn't know anything about this champion before going in. It was nice to get a family that loved each other in Ixtal. I feel like with Kiana, they're all so mean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess to be fair, we also don't know the intentions of his great aunt. So, I mean, maybe they don't all love each other.
Well, but maybe she also knows something about the Uncut, and maybe that's why she was plotting against them.
I mean, she does. She was one of them.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I feel like there was always that, if you pass the I already forgot the name of it. Vidalia.
Vidalian?
If you pass that shit, you realize, like, part of that test is seeing how you react to the fact that you've been lied to your whole life. And
that's that's the only part of the test.
Yes.
Right?
What's the test again? I don't remember.
You got to do magic, and then you do the magic real good, and then you get to see the magic coursing through the whole world, which lets you see, oh shit, there's a world here. It's not destroyed like we thought it was.
Okay, that's right. Oh my god, I totally forgot that everyone in Ixtal thinks that there's no world outside of Ixtal. That's a really big part of it, and I was always, I think because every champion, they're like, I know there's not a world out there, so it's, or like, I know there's a world out there, so
yeah, I think except for Brand, I guess. You just assumed it was more snow everywhere.
Yeah.
No, but I mean in Ixtal.
Yeah, I'm gonna say all the Ixtal ones. Well, almost all the Ixtal ones don't even deal with all that. They're all the people that Milio meets, right? They're just living in the jungle. Just hobos. I don't know. Some of the stuff that y'all are talking about, I think, is what's really nice about the setup is that he is so different. He's like almost antithetical to Kiana and her family and all that jazz. So I really like him. It was a little weird at first reading the bio that like he had this kind of journey through the jungle and it like just kind of happened and we're past it. But Ixtal Khan is a really fun place to put this like, oh, I see the good in everything, like completely innocent boy in like this viper's nest that is the capital, right?
Yeah, no, it's so true. You think that the jungle is the dangerous part of the journey, but no.
Right.
They are the walking dead.
Friends there. Maybe it was man. That was the monster the whole time.
But yeah.
Yeah. So I like that. I'm excited to see. This is a good start, I think is what it is. It feels like this is a good start, and there's a lot of opportunity for story here. It's a little weird at the very end that like Lune shows back up, and then she's under like in the dungeon in the bottom of the city. I don't know.
Right? Like I take issue with how that was worded because it says, including Lune, currently imprisoned beneath a city and biding her time. Like two things. Yeah, you're not biding your time.
You've been in there for decades.
That implies you're choosing to sit and wait. Yeah. Like, you're in prison, lady.
I like the idea, that he has a family member there who is the reason why they were banished. All of that is great. But I think a little bit more on that. But
also, it's weird because, like, she was kind of like a known lawbreaker, right? Like or intended lawbreaker, like she was about, and she was some shit was going to go down.
As far as we know,
and then
maybe she did nothing.
And then it said like for her crimes, they were both banished, and then her sister disappeared. Like, did her sister never think that maybe she went to prison for breaking the law? It seems like that's a weird place for her to end up. That her sister would be like, I don't know where she could have gone. She did this illegal thing, and then she just disappeared.
Yeah,
she went to some farm.
I think it was a little murky there, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I guess they could have cleared that up to maybe Lupe thought that her sister was also banished and then abandoned her. Maybe that I don't know who decides these things. Who are the leaders in Ixtal? I don't know.
Kiana.
The Yuntal. Yeah. She wasn't alive yet. Maybe the Yuntal, lied to them both. I don't know. But yeah, it's all very...
The Yuntal wouldn't just lie to people.
Lie? Come on now. I think I would like it maybe more if they cut that all together and just in a future story we ran into Lune. Like, wouldn't it be like, oh shit, like to save that surprise for a story?
Even if they left it out of the bio, but left in the bit at the end of the Milio short story where he's like feeling extra watched at the end of the thing, like that would have been fine. Even let us use our imagination.
Yeah, or what else? It's like you got all these letters from him, and then maybe there's a little letter that's like written by Lune to like someone else that she's working with. That's I don't know. There's a lot you could do with it. It's a fun reveal to play with. So it's a little weird that it's just at the end. It's like, also down in the dungeons. That's where she's at.
They do that kind
of a lot. Don't expect a follow-up story because you're not going to get one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard. I think because it's probably going to be a while before Milio gets a story. This is like, Riot's going to let him simmer. So they probably want to be like, hey, here's some threads. Come on back, y'all. See you in a few years, So. When
something happens in Ixtal with Kiana or whatever.
I will say Riot has earned a little bit more of my trust with Milio specifically, because it seems like with the short story, and I know Nidalee got a VO that I think that story is referencing some of. Like they seem to be aware of the problem, and it's like, hey, again, here's some little like sideshows of like upcoming attractions type shit for like Ixtal. I don't know,
Next
like,
time on Ixtal.
Ye shall come.
Maybe that's how I'll remember it. Was anyone expecting Milio's entire family or village to fucking bite it at some point? They were all gonna get burned down or something.
He hasn't been back yet. We don't know.
Oh God,
anyone could be writing those letters.
I think they are doing better at that too. Not like just annihilating. Not everyone's gotta have like the Disney princess story. Yeah.
By the way, this was by Elise Lemoyne.
Thank you.
I think that's
who
a new
also
name.
did the short story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like it though. This is, like I said, it's a good start. It makes me excited for more Milio stuff, I guess. I like Milio.
Yeah.
Between the bio and the short stories.
His whole design is really cool. I like the look of him. I always like when we get a kid champion. I don't know why. Not that I want it to be. I don't want the rift full of children.
Kid fights.
I was thinking we have 4 children now. We just need one more, and we can have a full team of just children, right?
Who's the 4th one now? We have Nunu, Annie, Millie. Oh, Zoe. I don't associate Zoe as being a kid. I don't know why.
She's like an anime kid where she's 1,000 years old or some shit.
Yeah, so they
she was a
explain
kid
why
when she was taken over.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll count her.
Because even Annie, like, she's a demon, but she hasn't been around for like thousands of years or anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, same deal with Nunu, where he's a kid who's been around a real long time.
Has he?
Yeah.
I don't remember that from Nunu.
He's an old
I thought
pharaoh.
he was still just a kid. Isn't he still just a kid?
A moo-moo,
You're thinking about a moo-moo, hun.
What did I say?
You said
We're talking about Nunu.
Oh.
A moo-moo might be a kid, might be a yordle.
Yeah.
This is Darius all over again. But who has the axe and who has the pillow? Is it Nunu?
Yeah, I'll give you maybe on the Amumu. So maybe you could have a team of children. I'm looking forward to it. We just need one ADC child.
Yeah, it's a lot of AP.
That's what the C stands for. Damage child.
Oh God. Well,
yeah, I don't know if I have a lot for the bio. I don't know.
No,
I think,
it's good.
Yeah, it's good. And then we've got one short story.
Yeah.
Milio Super Special Adventure Report.
Super duper special adventure report.
Super duper.
Oh man. Yeah, it's by the same writer, and it's in-universe letters that Milio is sending back home during his journey through the jungle. And it's like Rebecca said, he meets every fucking champion in Ixtal.
At least the ones who aren't the ones who live in the jungle, really, except Rengar, I guess, huh?
That's true. Yeah. I guess that's fair.
I think he technically meets him, just not, in here.
Oh, okay.
He does have a quote for him.
Oh,
yeah, I guess he does. I don't remember what it says, to be honest with you.
He's like a big kitty, I assume.
He was like, I forget exactly what, something like, hello, big hunter kitty. I'm working on my hunting too.
Oh, okay. Well, they meet on the rift then. That doesn't mean they... It's not like he runs into Rengar and is like, oh, remember that time we shared a bagel? Or I don't know why that was...
they did lunch. Like, let's do
walks.
Yeah, they hung...
This is a little factoid about Rengar that we didn't know. Fucking
Loves
crazy for
brunch.
bagels.
Big brunch head.
Yeah.
Brunch Rengar.
Huge fucking mimosa boy.
It's mimosa o'clock. He's got on his shirt.
Meow Mosa?
Meow Mosas.
Hey.
Oh my God, that's great. How is it different than a mimosa? There's just catnip in it.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I was going to say we could try to make meow mosas, but I don't know what
It's just water, but the waiter comes by every 5 seconds.
Knocks it over.
Knock it over and freshen it up.
I love it.
Oh, man.
Right,
anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no. Short story. He's sending. I mean, it's like I said, it's layers back home, and during his adventures, he travels through the jungle. He's very upbeat the whole time, he runs into Nidalee and tools around with Nidalee for a bit, and we get a little bit of like new Nidalee lore, kind of. I think she got a VO update. I think this is what that's referencing, and she's like a ghost story almost. That,
yeah,
she's like a boogeyman.
Some say.
Yeah, kind of. And he sees Malphite. Malphite's a big mountain with a face. He runs into Nico and tools around with Nico for a bit, and they have fun.
Nico smelled Nidalee on him.
Yeah. Runs into a bunch of people who are hurt. It doesn't really say what happened specifically. He tries to help them. Oh, yeah, and Zyra. I didn't write Zyra down. I knew there was one other that I missed. He just
did not approach
Zyra.
her, but saw her.
Yeah, she looked too pointy or something like that, so he didn't go near her.
She's pointy.
He tries to help some people who got hurt, and he heals most of them, but one of them doesn't make it. It makes him sad. And then he's in Ixtal, and he's excited to be in the, Milio in the big city. But he does feel a little. He describes it as like the same feeling he has in the jungle when he was like being play hunted by. Nidalee's got like kittens, like a pack that she rolls with now, and they would play around and play hunt and stalk each other. And he says it feels like that. So there's things afoot in Ixtal.
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
It's cute.
It's very cute. Yeah, it's very much in Milio's voice, which means because he's a child, sometimes it's a little annoying. Like a child is, but in like a cute way.
Yeah.
We were like, please shut up about the Pokemon that you're into right now. But also, I'm glad you have a hobby.
It was funny. I was reading the Champion Insight, and it said that like one of the goals of even his voice lines in game was to be cute and also annoying, like your little brother.
Nailed it. They nailed it. Yeah. Honestly, perfect. That's great.
Yeah, they really did nail it. I mean, this is what we always kind of want, right? With this, like, just something that really sells the character voice, and it's great. I love the way it's. I like the in-universe stuff a lot, and there's like one or two things where he strikes through what it is he was going to write or something like that.
Yeah.
And, I like it a lot. I like also the art that accompanies it because they're like
so cute.
Yeah, they're almost like little wood burning like drawings that I assume he's made and has sent back. It's kind of showing the like little cartoon Nico and stuff like that.
His little postcards.
Though I will say, if I were to base my understanding of what Milio looks like based on these pictures, I would assume he has a massive cowlick in the middle of his head, and he doesn't. He doesn't have that.
He's doing his best, honey. He's burning it with fire, okay?
I was curious how he did, like, since he controls fire, if he just, like, puts his hand on the wood and, like, thinks about the picture he wants and then it just kind of appears, or whether he's got to actually, like, etch it out manually.
I like the idea that he is describing it to one of the Flamigos, and it's just, like, furiously, like, taking notes or, like,
trying its best.
He looks at everyone like, what the fuck? I don't have a cowlick. And the guy's like,
maybe it's because the flames have like the little thing on top of their head, so they're like, he's one of us. God, why does everything glitched out like that? Did you see it?
Oh, it does that every now and
then.
I
know, but that was a weird one. Sorry, the baby monitor glitches out sometimes. It's super weird. And this one, of image of her head just had copied and was in another part of the baby monitor.
That's fucking scary.
Didn't
baby
care for it.
Are scary enough.
They're already very creepy.
So, Milio opens one of his letters by saying, "Greetings, family. It is I, Milio," which is how I'll be entering every family party from now on. Thank you very much.
I've been saying his name wrong this whole. Is it Milio? I'm saying Milio, I think. Milio.
I think it's Milio.
Milio. Sorry, Milio. My bad.
Also, he uses the term cuddle puddles, and I'm sorry, but you can't just say the word cuddle puddles and not explain what it means.
When they all
I don't know what a cuddle puddle is.
I think it's very self-explanatory, frankly.
What do you think it is?
I don't know. I could like a cuddle huddle, maybe. I've never heard of a cuddle puddle. That seems way more liquidy.
Maybe it's like down on the, like you're laying down on the ground like a puddle does.
When a puddle gets tired and needs to have a little lay down.
Puddle, that's a long day.
I've been dripping all day.
I made so many people slip and fall. I'm so excited. These, I think, are the dumbest jokes we've told on this podcast so far.
It's a low bar.
It is.
Yeah. I think it's self-explanatory. I don't know.
I liked the bit where Nico smelled Nidalee's paka. He said, so yeah, Nico smelled Nidalee's paka on me and wanted to investigate. Apparently they're super duper close. I mean, like, I guess. I feel like we hear that. It never seems to be reflected in the lore, but...
They hung out for a sentence or two in one of those stories.
They got 2 whole sentences, man. Like this. Yeah.
Also, in case you're curious, Milio also signs off his letters with like a different title every time, and these are the different titles he's used. The Vidalian's next challenger, your best friend, the honorary Paka, the tough and rugged, and the boy who couldn't heal well enough, so a dude died.
I don't think I noticed that one. How did I know?
Now that one wasn't specifically signed at the end of...
What does it actually say?
No, he actually doesn't give himself one. That's the only letter that he doesn't sign off with anything, so I had to add in my own.
Rich girl with dead parents. It's got that energy.
Yeah.
Now, we talked about... that
would have been really funny if that was how he signed one of his letters.
We talked about, like, finding him adorable but annoying. I will say, like, I understand that thematically it makes total sense for him to be checking up on, like, how his family is and, like, see how specific family members are doing. It's, like, a huge part of the character. I feel like you can't actually leave that out without missing something for Milio. But man, did I not enjoy reading. I don't enjoy reading it when it's like updates of my own family that are happening in our text chain.
It was like a sentence.
Reading about it was like a sentence in every letter.
Some kid
reading about someone else's family that I don't even fucking know. I don't know that baby. I don't give a shit.
You shit about that baby. That baby doesn't exist. The baby exists only in this one sentence.
Which isn't complaining. It has to be in the story.
You are
I get
complaining.
It. No, I'm saying
you just
it's
hate
not
family.
for me. I don't care about your family, Milio. I'm sorry.
They all die when you get back.
Oh my god.
Well, it didn't bother me. I mean, I think like you said,
you're not heartless.
It's not going to bother
mean.
most people,
Yeah.
and I don't think it should be taken out. It belongs there. It makes sense. I don't like it.
Most people who aren't sociopaths not going to be bothered, but no. You know what? It's forgiven. You got a lot of family. You're kind of. I could see you being sick of it at that point.
A lot of
true.
family.
He got baby updates his entire life, basically.
Yeah,
I got to see the baby updates. I was babysitting them.
Yeah.
At like
That's
5.
Okay, well that was irresponsible of your siblings.
It's okay. There was a 6-year-old babysitting him, so it's fine. Contingency planning. I'll give you a pass on that one. That's fine. I did like in that bit where he couldn't save that guy about how he's apologizing to his grandma. I thought that was kind of... it made me feel bad for him. That like...
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'll do better next time. It's like...
Also a big Encanto thing.
I was going to say, that shows so much about the relationship they must have. Like, just this one little sentence that... The thing he's most worried about is that he's disappointed his grandmother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What a bitch.
I know. It makes me super excited to see Luna get on the scene because I feel like...
I know. I think she's the hero here, honestly.
Right, she's the Morgana of the two.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it. It's neat.
Do you think they're setting up I feel like we've only had 2 champions from like Ixtal Khan, but both of them kind of hinted at a lot of unrest in Ixtal Khan. Do you think they're kind of setting up a Silas-style Yuntal rebellion there?
Maybe.
I mean, to a degree, yeah, because that one short story we read for Kiana, like, explicitly, we know that that's kind of going on. She's kind of got...
I'm going to blow the lid off this whole thing.
Yeah. Aya, was that the POV character's
I think so,
name?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a fomenting undercurrent of... unrest. I like it. I'm excited for it. Lune could get in that mix. Mm-hmm. And then you got sweet little Milio just, oh boy, huh?
Who needs help?
I've got fire. Oh man.
Yeah.
But yeah, those
really
are
good.
his stories.
His story.
Got
some quotes here, John.
I just have a few. So, I mean, one, we mentioned that he has quotes toward Nidalee, and then Nidalee got a VO update. One of the other things that Nidalee references in her VO update that Milio also references is the upcoming champion.
Oh.
And Milio's quote there is, so many dogs. Which one likes Snuggles most, Nafini? Or Nafine?
Nafine.
I think it's okay, so I'm looking at the wiki, and I have Nafiri.
Oh.
Naafir.
The R and the I kind of blended together on my screen because I'm really far away from it.
Nafiri, okay. So that's going to be a champion down the line.
Yeah, that's I think the next one. It's going to be I
two
think it's supposed to be
champions?
I think it's supposed to be a Darkin actually too.
Oh, a Darkin. I thought it was somebody else in Ixtal.
I mean, maybe it's from Ixtal.
Probably is, yeah.
I mean, Ixtal's not super far away from Shurima, so
that's true.
They're kind of in.
I always forget that.
Shurima, frankly.
Yeah.
So weird. I always think of it as being somewhere else entirely. Like an island, because that's what it seems like.
It kind of is.
They're like an oasis.
Yeah, exactly, right. I like this though. I want Riot to do more of the signposting, stuff that's upcoming and shit like that.
Yeah, I think that'd be nice. Mm-hmm. And then he had one about Gwen that I liked a lot. Like, Gwen, slow down. My Omele always says not to run with scissors. And then, if he kills her, he then goes on to say, my Omele was right about the scissors.
What a little shit.
Man, Milio.
Na poo poo, I killed you.
I love Milio because he is so much he's so the embodiment of it's okay, I still think you're a good player. Completely genuinely.
My God. That's perfect.
The one to Kiana is oh, you're so much shorter in person. And there's no malice intended.
Ooh, that's great. This is Two Players References, by the way, which is a show we talked about in one of our Patreon episodes. A fantastic show that I just think about all the time because it was so good.
Yeah, he's got a lot of fun quotes, though.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
those are my favorites. And he is part of 1AU.
Just one?
Just one. The Winged Rain.
Oh. REIGN, not like rain.
Yeah. The Reign of Terror.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I got you.
All Fey nobility are servants to nature's will, carrying out the natural order and the turning of seasons with their magic. Beneath that higher purpose, however, a constant game of political intrigue plays out in luxurious courts of silk, gossamer, and gold. Power, after all, magical, natural, or political, always inspires competition. There was a cinematic for this too. Milio wasn't in it, but
it was his skin line. It was released with him. Rude.
They couldn't all make it.
We gotta get the winners.
At least Diana's in it. This one is Fairy Court Milio. An Archmagus of the court, wreathed in firefly familiars, Milio knows just about everything that happens within the palace walls. He may seem like a child, but Fae are long-lived, and Milio has been a child far longer than others have been adults. Still, he's a friendly face who uses his power to safeguard the queendom however he can. And this raised a question to me. Now, I know vampires, when they get bit, they just kind of stay the age that they were bit forever.
Sure.
But, fairies... do they just choose what age they want to look and then they just look that age forever? Why do some choose to just be adults? If they're ageless, it's weird that you see adult ones and child ones.
I don't know. I don't know how the
answer this question for
Riot.
me. Answer me. My question's 3.
I don't know if they're like elves and they just age very slowly.
It's a good. I don't know. I don't know how fairies work, and I'm not familiar with fairies in other pieces of culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Vampires, I know, but I don't know fairies.
I know all about ask me about vampires.
Ask me anything.
Do it.
All right.
What do they drink? Blood.
I have a question for you about vampires, Mark.
I got no answers.
If a vampire wears
Holy
glasses
water.
that have a mirror facing the eyeball, could they see behind them at all times?
A vampire would never do that. It's a trick question. They're not going to get like the spy kit you got when you were 12 or whatever, right?
I mean, the real answer is that modern mirrors do not have silver in them anymore, so they could see themselves in those mirrors.
Yeah.
Is that what it was the whole time? Is the silver
so.
that prevented them from seeing themselves?
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
I'm pretty sure I read that on Tumblr once.
It's got to be true then.
Tumblr's never lied to me before.
If there's one thing Tumblr knows,
hey, you know what? You know what? Of all social media platforms, that's the only one I trust right now. It's Tumblr, baby. Love Tumblr. Anyway.
I mean, I don't have a lot of fun facts about Milio because he's very new. I don't know if you guys knew that.
It'd be a short-ass episode.
Oh, yeah.
Milio is voiced by Giselle Fernandez.
Nice job.
And Milio's Brazilian voice actress, Carol Valencia, also voiced Isolde in the Ruination audiobook.
Oh.
Small world, huh?
Yeah. And finally, we mentioned him having big Pokemon and Encanto vibes, but the Insights team specifically said he was inspired by Latin American culture as well as Avatar: The Last Airbender, Encanto, Pokemon, and other children's animated films and stories.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, you assume a lot of the creators at Riot, have watched all of these things just on their own.
They watched a movie
nerds.
or two. I don't know.
They've watched Pokemon.
I've heard of Pokemon.
Those creative types.
Yeah.
It's on the Nintendos.
Mm-hmm.
They know all the deep cuts.
Yeah.
That's all I got for Milio.
I feel in Encanto, I think, more than any of it. That and Pokemon, I guess.
Encanto and Pokemon, I think.
Sure. I have not seen Encanto, but I'm very familiar with it through like cultural osmosis.
Yeah,
I'm very familiar with Ash Ketchum and the Pokemon anime. So I get that. Wasn't there the release cinematic or like the release trailer thing with him? You know what I'm talking about? A lot of it's in-game, but there's some out-of-game stuff that they have where he's talking to the Flamingos. I don't know.
Yeah, they did have a release kind of trailer for him.
There's not much to add.
Yeah. All right. What else is going on with everybody? That's all we got. How's everybody doing?
Fucking tired.
Yeah, you both came in very low energy.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Milio. I'm sorry. I'll
Milio.
do better next time.
I wanted to.
John napped right before coming here, and I won an ARAM, so I was
congratulations.
hyped.
Nice. You already got your first win of the day bonus out of the way?
Hell yeah.
Man, no stress later.
I know, because we never get them when we play together. We just go on hot losing streaks.
You got that one win yesterday.
These losers.
Eventually.
And I got that one S on the loss.
Can't
Well,
spell
that didn't
loss
help me get my
without
first
S.
win of the day bonus.
It got me a chest. Yeah. Milio.
That's Milio.
Yeah, thumbs up on Milio.
Now, officially,
Now,
we're into the S's.
we're jumping into the S's, everybody. Yeah, that's exciting. This felt so far away.
You don't want to push it off more? We could do a revisit on like
Cassante.
Yeah, let's just go back.
Casante's got to have a new one, right?
And Italy got
Yeah,
the
we're going to have to do that.
We can't do a revisit on Katarina in the middle of her comics being
I
released.
thought they were. Oh, they're not all done.
No, they're doing one a week.
How many are they going to have?
I don't know.
They're up to 6 right now, aren't they?
They're up to 6, yeah.
That's so fucking many.
Sorry, I thought that's my fucking fault. I just assumed 6. I was like, no way, right? It's going to do more than 6. Are they very short? I haven't read any of them.
The last 2 are kind of short. Like they probably could have been 1, but like they're about the same length as the deluxe ones.
Damn. Okay.
They're good. I read up like what's been released so far. Solid shit. I'm excited to go back and talk about them, and also excited for the Mage Seeker game coming off the tail end of this.
Yeah.
So definitely, like if you haven't read it, like it fills in a lot of the details in like what was happening in the in-between scenes during the Lux comic.
Well, that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. They even like when you get to a point where it's like it references something that happened in Lux, they usually have like a little thing at the bottom like refer to Lux issue 6.
I like it. Look at that. Someone's doing their homework.
Not linked on the universe page.
Not linked on universe.
Well, you know.
Go to a different website to view Lux issues.
We can't tell you the URL. We can't tell you where to find this.
Just Google it. It'll pop up.
Okay, we can do S's. That's fine.
Well, that was Milio, a short one, but thank you so much for listening. Refreshing after the last like 2-hour long Rise episode that we just did.
Yeah, we didn't want to make a Milio out of it, so
we have a Twitter at Loreheads. We also have a Twitch, twitch.tv/Loreheads. Unfortunately, you have to listen to John if you go there.
You're welcome.
He streams every Saturdays. He's about to have 2 weeks of vacation and wants to do some extra bonus streaming randomly throughout the week. I don't think he has a plan or schedule quite yet, but something. He'll play something.
I feel like the inspiration will hit me randomly, and then I'll just hop in and I'll be like, it's Diablo time, or time for, what was it? Marvel's Rising Suns or some shit.
Okay.
All right.
Locked in. That's what he's playing.
I'm definitely playing Diablo, and I already got the pre-order and shit. You know your boy's playing Diablo.
Fun. We have a YouTube as well. We're posting videos of these lately, and there's some fun song parodies and what have you. And we have a Discord. The link is in the description of this episode if you want to jump on in and chat with people. And John. Mark and I are kind of there.
People and
John. He was also people. Like, let's make that clear.
Don't tell them my secrets.
We have a Patreon as well. We just what the hell episode did we just do? Helmet Bro.
We did Helmet Bro, and we also released some more of Mechs vs. Minions gameplay.
Oh yeah. They played some Mechs vs. Minions. I didn't.
We've got some Tellstone content coming too, and then we also have some.
Maybe some movie reviews coming.
Maybe some movie shit coming up.
Yeah. And we did talk about players in two parts. Which
just plug it, really.
Just plugging that in.
Really go listen to the Players episode. It was a lot of fun.
It's just such a good show, and I really want season 2.
Yeah, I know. Write your congressman.
Thank you so much to all of our patrons.
But a very special thank you to our Medarda tier patrons. Big Man Gnomes, Chloe Things, I Love Mark, King of Hearts, and Techno Robert. Y'all are the absolute best. And if you were ever stuck in the jungle and needed some healing fire, I would also teach myself the power of healing fire at the age of 10 to save your life.
10? Wow, you're really...
Damn.
Not even 12?
Basically,
you
look
10?
at...
Well, he left at 12. I don't know what he even...
That's true. That's
fair.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, who knows? Whatever Milio learned it, I will learn a year younger. Never mind that you're like 30 years older than Milio.
No problem.
Yeah, and be sure to join us next week because we are going to start the S's, starting with the Desert Rose Samira.